I'm gonna quick save, right? And then
Insane! You can't expect us to.
Two large pepperoni and a calzone. Name is Fuck You.
what's up, YouTube? CJ Extreme here with another long episode of From Ice to Ashes. Really enjoying this series, but this episode, despite some of the fun moments that happen, this one is more so aimed at the core plot of the game involving the Railroad, the Brotherhood, and the Institute. We're working with Deacon, and we're going to be working with Paladin Danse, and we finally get X6 as a companion, but we don't really work, well, we don't work with him at all in this episode. It also pushes us to kind of pick sides now. It's kind of getting to that point where now you have to make a decision because we're getting to the end of Fallout 4. So first up, working with Deacon, we have to clear a path to get H222 out of the hideout in I can't remember the name of it, but it's a hideout for the Railroad that hides synths or whatever, escape synths, and we're trying to help him not get caught by the Institute. Will that actually work? We don't know, but we have to clear a path for them. We also have to debrief everyone on what's going on inside of the Institute, because we're working with someone named Liam Bennett, aka Patriot, who is helping us bring out 13 new synths. What's going to happen with that, I actually don't really know where it's going to lead, because I don't think we even interact with him at all after this. But regardless, let's move on and let's get into the mission where we have ourselves, Deacon, and Glory.
With all our compartmentalization bullshit, this sort of shit happens. You got the job from the good neighbor side. I got it from Griswold's safe house.
Where's that?
Oh, maybe we should send for more backup.
Drag that candy-ass Carrington out here too. I'd pay to see that. Well, since we're both here, what do you say the two heavies join forces and rock the heavens a little? Gives me a chance to see what you and Deacon really get up to in the field.
Usually it's spa days and macrame, but hey, I'm up for some mayhem.
Let's do this, Glory.
You lead the way, my
So in this mission, we actually learn about one of the members of the Railroad who actually isn't okay with killing the Gen 1s and Gen 2s. Those being the ones you see here, the plastic ones right here that don't look human. They just look kind of gross and whatnot. These are the first iterations of synth. And then we have Glory and I guess Deacon being the third generation of synths, the ones that look more human-like, more realistic. You can't really tell if they're synth or not unless you have like the lab reports and such. But regardless, after this, we don't actually get to go back just yet. No. We have another mission where we have to get a password for Liam so he can help us get 13 synths out of the Institute. But he needs a specific password at the specific location, Cambridge Polymer Labs. We go in there and we get tricked by a crazy robot who has been there forever. She traps us and makes us work in finding some sort of material. She wants us to make a specific item, basically, and then that's the only way we can leave. It turns out the item is actually this really nice piece of power armor, but I don't use power armor, as you can see, running around in a vault suit, kicking ass and taking names. Don't really need a power armor suit. So we get out, we kill her, then we find the ghoul who was actually in charge, but he doesn't talk, he's a ghoul now, so we take him out back. He's dead now, right? Then we finally go back to the Railroad to be debriefed. And it turns out Deacon has had his affinity maxed out, so we actually get to see what's going on in his head. Is everything good? Should be pretty good, right? Because we did all this stuff with the Railroad. Or is it going to be pretty bad because we've been working with the Institute and we've been working with the Brotherhood, both enemies of the Railroad?
I'm listening.
I'm used to flying solo, but I got to admit, working with you makes me think I've been missing out. Having someone watching your back is refreshing, especially since you never know when the Institute is watching.
Ooh.
The feeling's mutual.
I gotta say, you make it look easy, but you have some built-in advantages. Some people at HQ are jealous. You took the big nap and everyone you knew is long gone. Now, hear me out on the silver lining. If a human in the railroad slips up, then they expose friends and loved ones to danger. You're safe from that.
You're saying that losing my boy is a good thing?
Oh, Jesus, no, I didn't mean that. Look, if the church gets compromised and the coursers are on our tail, at least you're not putting more people in harm's way.
No, I know what he meant. I was just messing with
Doesn't
him.
matter much to me. I'm a synth. At least that's what they tell me. So, I really don't have anything to lose. For Glory and me and the others, it's easier to dedicate ourselves to the cause.
You're a synth? Why didn't you tell me before?
I don't like talking about it. I was one of the first synths they did the whole cranium reboot on, so it was a bit of a botched job. Most synths have fun fake memories, a happy home, a family. Me, I got nothing. And that, well, it does something to you. Since we're traveling together, I want you to take this. It's my recall code. If you ever need to know something about the Institute, read it to me.
If you expect me to believe you, I want proof.
All right, you got me. No fooling you, huh? Don't take it personally. I lie to everyone. Maybe I'm just another human that has people back home he wants to protect. Then again, maybe not.
When he laughed, his mouth didn't move. What the fuck?
You could still be a synth, are you?
I think I'll wait until the betting pool back at HQ gets a little higher before I answer that one. When I need some beer money. That code I gave you is a hard truth. You can't trust everyone. Even if someone sounds sincere, they could be a synth replacement working for the Institute. The bitch of the problem is recognizing the 90% of the time someone's on the up and up, and the 10% of the time you're being played.
Liam.
You get me what we talked about, and I'm in business.
Liam, I got you your username and password.
You railroad guys really deliver, you know? Hooking that ancient tech up to the modern terminals is going to be seriously time-consuming, even with that password. So hand it over and I'll get started.
This is a delicate operation. Are you okay if we have to use violence?
Good question. If we find ourselves in that position, we pull the plug and wait for another opportunity. We can't risk anyone's life over this.
I don't know if I can give him this then. But I have to give him what he needs. That's what my orders were.
Here you go.
Great. Listen, I need a favor. Z-114 is working the atrium again. Can you give him an update? It's safer if you do it.
But, tell me, do you think Mr. Benet's plan will work?
You having second thoughts?
I'd risk anything for my people. It's just that Mr. Benet is many things, but he isn't always the most practical. And this plan is very risky.
The plan's busted. We only get one chance at a mass breakout. If you fight with us, we rescue everyone instead.
And I thought Mr. Benet's plan was too ambitious. Of course, I'd fight for my freedom. I know of a few others that might as well. But enough to face all the guards? Perhaps if we stand up openly to the scientists, more of my people would join us. Yes. Even if most don't join the fight, certainly there are many others who have been waiting their whole lives for this. But we should be prepared for some of the Sims to fight against us.
You won't be alone. The railroad will fight with you.
Together, we have a chance. I admire Mr. Benet a great deal. We can't tell him about this plan. It's his people we'll be fighting. I will talk to my friends. Meet me here tomorrow. If I don't make our appointment, assume the worst.
Paladin.
Ready to continue our mission, soldier?
Ready.
Roger that.
You want to travel with him? Okay. Just watch your back.
That's an interesting warning coming from someone who dabbles in manipulation and subterfuge.
So does he know that Deacon's a part of the Brotherhood? No. Does he know he's a part of the Railroad? Definitely know they're not on the same side, that's for sure. Anyways, I guess he knows that he does a lot of face swapping. Doesn't really know what group he's a part of. Makes sense.
I need to talk to someone about a situation up north.
Pleasure to meet you. William Mosley, Advanced Systems. I'm happy to help in whatever capacity I can. I hope I don't disappoint.
What's your story, William?
Me? Oh, I've been acting as a sort of liaison between Advanced Systems and the SRB for a few years now. Doctors Lee and Ao didn't really get along, as I'm sure you can imagine. It worked better if someone could sort of bridge the gap. Anyway, I'm just here, trying to do my part.
There's a place called Acadia.
Acadia? That sounds so familiar. Just...
A synth calling himself Dima is running things.
Synths giving themselves new designations is certainly never a good sign. And this certainly sounds like something...
They've holed up in an...
So, an effort... It's a good thing you...
There are a good number of them already. They're actively looking...
Definitely concerning. Individuals aren't that difficult to...
Sure.
Okay, I've heard enough. This clearly needs our attention. But being up north is... You know what would make this easier? If we had their recall codes. We can put together a response to this, but not immediately. The more... Sounds like sending in a courser isn't an option right now. But if you've already made contact, learn whatever you can about them.
There's still the issue of this girl, Kasumi. She thinks she's a synth.
I can tell you that she's not one of ours. I mean, if she's a synth, obviously she belongs to the Institute, but I have no record of an asset deployed with that identity. I suppose it's possible that someone else meddled with Institute property. Certainly wouldn't be the first time. I'm sorry, I can't tell you more. If you can verify that she's one of ours, let me know, all right?
So, as you saw with talking to that guy about Kasumi, talked about Dima too, and he has no record of Dima, so it's really confusing as to whether or not anything he's told us so far is actually even true. Is this Sean?
Do you think it's weird that I've never seen the surface?
Sean?
Oh, hi. You're new here, right?
Remember, health
I've
and
heard about
happiness
it.
go
No one
hand in
knew
hand.
ever
Fuck
showed
up.
up around here. You like the Institute so far?
It's pretty amazing. No doubt about it.
Yeah, I like it here too. So you've been above ground. Is it really all this straight up there?
It could be worse, I suppose. Life goes on. Like it always does.
Oh, okay. This one time, I modified a radio so I can listen to the broadcast from there. I think it's called Diamond City. The music was neat, but I didn't understand a lot of what they were talking about. Hey, don't tell Dr. Watson I did that.
Well, at least we got to meet the synth Sean. So the whole reason of me even going to the Institute at all, not only was for the Railroad, but it was also for the Brotherhood, because they wanted me to try to pull out Dr. Lee from the group in this mission from within. The issue being, I couldn't freaking find her, and that's why I kept running into these, ran into Sean, I ran into the guy who you can tell about Far Harbor and all that, in Acadia with Kasumi. But now I finally get to the meeting and I learned about Phase 3. I only heard it mentioned briefly by one of the individuals in the group, but I never really actually knew what was going on. And since we talked for like 5 minutes, I decided to speed it up and just kind of summarize what happened. So basically, Sean tells us in Phase 3, we are going to essentially be getting rid of the Railroad and getting rid of the Brotherhood. Saying it very, very subtly without actually explicitly stating it, because I think he's pretty much aware that we have ties with the group. So with that being said, he tells us that we have to get a reactor. And when we get this reactor, it's going to cause us to lose our relationship with the Brotherhood if we do it for the Institute. If we don't do it for the Institute, then we lose our relationship with the Institute, and then the Railroad kind of gets fucked with their plan to help the synths escape. Basically kind of telling you who I have to side with here if I want to drag out the story a little bit more and I want to do a specific ending. Now, if I side with the Brotherhood, it doesn't necessarily mean the Railroad's out of the picture, because now we have the Minutemen on our side as well. And perhaps Sturgis can help us find a way inside. He's a bit of a genius. He's actually one of the options we could have had for making the reactor that even got us, not reactor, the teleportation, something, I forget what it's called, but anyways, it helps us teleport inside the Institute, so it's not like we're out of options entirely. So, Sean also tells us that I'm going to be the one in charge up next. You're probably like, why? Why did he say that? Because Sean is dying. Which basically is telling you that by the end of the game, he's going to be dead, and whatever decision I make is, you know, the final decision, whether it be to side with the Institute, or maybe I'll run into him if I don't side with the Institute or not.
There are hard decisions ahead for all of us, but for you especially. I know that you'll do the right thing.
Well,
humanity's future is taking root.
A lot of y'all are gonna die.
You again. What do you want now? You're obviously here for a reason, and you've already spoiled my experiment, so you might as well spit it out.
You're the scientist. Why do you think I'm here?
Well, let's see. A Brotherhood of Steel airship arrives in the Commonwealth. You find a way to intercept our teleport signal, and now you show up at my door. I knew it was just a matter of time before your people would track me down. I've been looking over my shoulder for almost a decade, waiting for them to send someone like you to kill me.
If I wanted to kill you, we wouldn't be talking.
That's a fair point. Since Father trusts you, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I might not agree with everything he says, but I know he'd never allow harm to come my way. Say what you came here to say, and then leave me alone.
Are you happy here?
You'd think being surrounded by cutting-edge laboratory equipment and some of the greatest minds the world's ever known would be enough. Only problem is the lack of transparency. I don't think we get the full story on everything that occurs down here. What does that have to do with why we're talking?
You're wasting your time working for the Institute.
Oh, wait a second. You're asking me to rejoin them, aren't you? Why the hell would they want me back?
Did you abandon any projects you wanted to complete?
You should know better than to ask me that. If they didn't tell you what I was working on, they didn't want you to know. I'm certainly not going to put my neck on the line and spread their dirty little secrets. Tell me something. Why would I possibly want to come crawling back to the Brotherhood? What reason would I have to throw away everything I've accomplished here?
Free the Commonwealth.
I give up. What would it take to convince you?
All right, I'll play your game. I had a colleague down here, a Dr. Virgil.
Ooh.
Several months ago, there was an accident in his lab, and he was killed. I wanted to help with the investigation, but Father had the laboratory sealed, saying that it was contaminated. The incident never sat right with me.
Nope.
The more I asked about it, the more I felt like Father was deflecting my questions.
He was.
If you bring me solid information on what killed him, I'll take it as a favor from the Brotherhood and consider your offer.
Well,
do we have a deal?
He's not dead.
I already have something that might convince you.
How did you... Never mind. Just let me see what you've got.
Here you go.
A holotape. This better not be a waste of my time. They lied to me.
They sure did.
They lied to me, and I didn't even realize how far it went. All those years of loyalty. For nothing.
Fake.
No matter how badly it hurts, you needed to hear the truth.
And for that, I thank you. I came to the Institute to get away from the Brotherhood. From the whole world. I just wanted to do my research in peace. Father took me in and gave me access to cutting-edge technology that I only dreamed existed. I became jaded. I thought that the Institute cared, that they wanted to better mankind. Maybe in their own twisted way they still do. But now I realize if you can't trust the people you're working for, then it's all pointless. If they lied about Dr. Virgil, who knows what else they've been lying about? Or what their plans are for my work. I'll make my way back to the Brotherhood. But I'm going to have to do it on my own. I can't take any chances being seen with you. Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services of Dr. Madison Lee.
Well, that was easy. Now, I could have just got them to hate me, them being the Institute, and got a different doctor. But I got Dr. Lee because I'm trying to help my man Virgil out. You know what I'm saying? He helped me get in here in the first place. So, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Hold up, Knight. Let me make one thing clear. As a member of the Brotherhood, you serve under my command. If you want my respect, you will have to earn it. When I give you a mission, I expect results. Is that clear?
Perfectly.
Good. I want you to take charge of a recovery operation. The Brotherhood has been monitoring the Commonwealth for some time now, ever since we learned of the synth threat. We've dispatched a number of reconnaissance teams. Paladin Dance's squad was far from the first. The previous team was dispatched 3 years ago. They never reported back. Officially, they're missing. Presumed dead.
You got it.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry? You still have a lot to learn about the Brotherhood.
They might be dead, you stupid. Okay, dude.
Faced it with courage. We honor their sacrifice. We don't feel sorry for them. Your orders are to search for the missing recon team and recover their effects. Report to me with your results. Is that understood?
Yeah, I'm gonna report to you with fucking bullets.
Understood.
Their insertion point was in the hills near Malden. Survey the area and establish a search pattern. Monitor your radio for distress signals. All recon teams are issued distress pulsars that put out a short-range homing beacon. Acquire a signal, and you should be able to trace it back to its source. That's all, Knight. Dismissed.
So we're 20 minutes in, and we finally are at the final mission of this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it so far, and if you did and you're on this part, leave a like. But for this mission, we find, or we already know what we're trying to find here, but basically, we're specifically looking for the leader because that's the one that we get all the details from. Paladin Brandis. Are all his buddies alive or not? Well, turns out they're not. It's kind of sad, but it's also kind of scummy. It's not kind of scummy. It is pretty disgusting that Captain Kells and pretty much, you know, most of the Brotherhood is just kind of like, well, yeah, they died, but we're more concerned about preserving the technology and etc. And just kind of seeing why they failed their mission or whatever. It's just that's pretty messed up. They're like, I get that they're technically expendable because you can get more soldiers, but that's still pretty stupid. I do like this mission, but I would have preferred it if all of the members were alive and you basically have to try to help them fight off everybody else, or like, because they got split up, so you have to try to fight off all the enemies that surround them, and then you try to have them follow you along to the next area, and you try to see if you can keep them all alive. I thought that would have been a really cool way to do things, but they don't necessarily have to do that, and that's fine the way they did it now. You know what I mean? Kind of like listen to the different holotapes and etc. At least it's not like Fallout 76 where the whole game is just holotapes and terminals. Man, that would have been rough. Speaking of Fallout 76, y'all heard what they were doing with the freaking paid membership to play the game by yourself? Man, they are ballsy for that one. That's really, really stupid. To think I really wanted that game for Christmas. Just imagine if I got that game and then it bricked my freaking PS4. And then now I can't do anything and I have to wait until I can buy another one. That would have been some bullshit, dude. Man, I would have been pissed about that. But anyways, yeah, I think this episode was more so focused on like all the serious stuff and whatnot. But we're going to try to pick it up in the next episode. That's what I'm going to try to do. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, again, leave a thumbs up. And let's see what Paladin Brandis is up to.
Freeze! One more step and I'll blow your damn heads off!
Paladin Brandis.
Who are you? Who sent you? How did you get in here?
Dance?
It's Dance. Paladin Dance. Don't you recognize me?
Dance? No. Me? Why are you here?
I was dispatched to the Commonwealth on a recon mission, Paladin, just like yours.
How did you find me? I've been alone. All alone. So long.
Alright.
We followed the distress beacons left by your team. Their holotapes led us here.
The others? What happened to them?
They're dead.
I thought so. I tried to go back for them, you know, but there was nothing I could do. Not alone. You've been through a lot to find me. I should give you something. I've collected a lot over the years. Technology, odds and ends. If you see anything you want, take it.
Come back with us. You're still a member of the Brotherhood, Paladin.
What? No, I couldn't. Not after everything that's happened.
What have you been doing all this time?
I tried to do some recon, explore a little, but I'm all alone. It was just too much of a risk. So I've been hiding so long. 3 years. Yes, about that. Too long.
The Brotherhood needs you, Paladin. It's time you reported in.
I can't. It's been too long. I wouldn't be of any use.
Are you gonna be all right?
No. I'll manage. I'm so used to hiding, fighting, everyone, everything.
No one knows the Commonwealth better than you. We need your help.
I've been here too long. I'm not myself. Would they still take me?
The Brotherhood will honor the memory of your team. Shouldn't you be the one to tell their story?
Unless I go back, their sacrifices, everything we went through, will be forgotten. I can't let that happen. I'll do it. For them. All right, I'll get my things. Head to the airport.
There we go.
Thank you for everything.
Might run into him later. For the wrong reasons, maybe. I don't know.
You handled yourself well, Knight.
Another trigger-happy lunatic. Just what the Brotherhood needs.
He's one of us. That's all that matters. He still has a long journey ahead of him. But his skills and experience will be an asset to us. Captain Kells will want to hear about this. Let's report in.